everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Love and Light Talk Show. I'm your host, Jayashree Shrikant, and as always, I have come with a beautiful super soul as a guest. Now, why is she a super soul? Because she truly is, and you're going to find out during the course of the interview today. So, these are very special souls who have these awe-inspiring stories, all ready to share their knowledge and their life experiences in this journey we call life. So I have with me today Pooja Sharma, who is a Reiki master, an energy healer, a tarot card reader, intuitive counselor, empath, a lawyer, and my favorite, she's a mother to a very beautiful 2-year-old daughter who definitely keeps her on her toes. And she's all the way in the beautiful Dharamshala in Himachal. Now, for those who are watching from the US, if you're very interesting, a lot of people are lucky enough to just even visit this area, Dharamshala. You're born and raised in Dharamshala, Himachal? What is that like?
Absolutely,
what is that like?
It's beautiful, it's amazing, it's calm, not so quiet nowadays because there's a lot of tourists coming and everything. But yeah, because of Corona, now there's nothing, no more tourists coming in, and it's even calmer, it's green. I can see just mountains right. I step out of my house and I can see mountains, I can see snow. So it's beautiful.
Can you see the Himalayas? Is that the Himalayas you're able to see?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We can see Dhauladhar ranges. They are called Dhauladhar ranges.
Oh, wow. And oh my God, it's a dream. I already told Pooja that if I ever visit India, of course, now this year it's not going to happen. I don't even know about next year. But when I do, I will definitely. And what's like the dish that's very popular in cuisine?
Oh, that's very different because here we call it dham. Dham is something which has different dishes, but it's usually when there is a celebration, when there is a wedding, so we kind of serve that, and there are different dishes made of normal different things, but they are very tasty. The eating part of it is very different than whole of the other parts of the India.
Like even in terms of the spices,
very tasty.
What kind of spices are used?
They use more of these, like garam masala. So they use more of these spices, which are not really like how do I explain it? They use more
like
of
cardamom, cloves.
No, not really. Like only cardamom. They use all those spices. Like it's a mix of taste and it's mix of spices, and there is a lot of there's a lot of fat. There is a lot of sour and sweet, and all the tastes are part of it. It's amazing. And
just you describing it is already mouth-watering. So Pooja, I want you to tell us about your journey and discovering your gifts, because that is very exciting. That how did you unravel this part about you?
So I'm basically a lawyer, and I started my journey as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I always were inclined to something like Reiki, or I wanted to help people heal. So I had this thing in me always to help people. And I always kind of saw that people would connect with me. They would tell their problems to me. They'll discuss it with me. And in 2007, I somehow, different circumstances I had to went into. I have to learn so many things in my life. So a lot of up and downs. And in 2007, I got introduced to this one person who used to teach Reiki. So that's when my journey started, and I started learning Reiki. From there, one of my sister's friend used to do tarot cards. So my sister told me that there is something called tarot cards. If they connect with your energy, you can start doing it. I bought a deck, and the deck I bought is called the Mandala deck. So it's very different than the first deck that anybody should start with. First deck is usually Rider-Waite. That's when you start, because it has. I bought a deck which the meanings are, I made my no more lawyer, no more contracts, nothing. And then again, quite sudden changes in my life. I had to leave my job. I was working in Gurgaon. I had to leave my job, and I came in Dharamshala, got married, and here I set up my clinic with my husband. My husband is a physiotherapist,
Wow.
and that's when I started full-fledged. And now it's been a while, and especially with Sushant's case coming up, I started to figure out that okay, I can connect with souls. Like, this is another thing that's opening up for me. So earlier I used to just do tarots, but now it's also like that vision or that soul. So that connection is opening up now.
Sorry, I'm having such a terrible cough.
I'm
No, I wanted to ask you with Sushant, and here's for those who are watching, how I got connected to puja was ever since Sushant passed away. I was, looking at different videos, and there's so many tarot readers. I can't even tell you. There are tarot readers who literally will put out a video every single day regarding Sushant, and something about, I don't know, about puja really stood out. First one was her cards were flying off her hands. She's shuffling, and these cards are, she's like asking a question. She's like, Sushant, da 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 da, and the cards are flying out. Secondly, she never said, subscribe to my channel, because she's like, I don't really care if you subscribe to my channel. To me, that is such a huge, because everybody else is like, before they even start reading, they're like, by the way, can you subscribe to my channel? Da, 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 da. Organically, people will subscribe to you if you're good. And so these two things for me just took puja to another level. So puja, coming to that, actually, tarot reading has, people didn't really want to know about it. I'm talking even 5 years ago, the way tarot is today. But you connecting to Sushant, do you feel that it was because he's such a strong energy? Because I get that his soul's energy is so strong, and maybe do you think that just even thinking about him and boom, he's like there? Do you feel like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the kind of energy he has, and he's a very divine soul. So he's very connected to the source, and that's why he could connect with all of the world to fight for his justice. When nothing was happening, everybody said it's a suicide.
Yeah.
His soul connected, and that's how so many people, psychics, tarot readers across globe are kind of trying to find out what happened. It never happened earlier. The people
happened.
in industry have committed suicides.
So many.
So it's a very divine soul.
Bharti, so many. But his particular case
So many
has left people. I know a lot of people who literally have not slept properly since his passing. They're like,
Absolutely.
2 months we've not slept. But having said that, now somebody who wants to get a reading done for tarot, what are the, like, for example, like advice do you give, that how do you know somebody is genuine and is going to read you accurately? What are the few things you could say that they can look out for?
So when I do a reading, it's so usually when a tarot reader reads, they are basically question based and time based readings. I don't do readings like that. I don't do a reading to look into what's the past, what's the present, what's the future. I do a reading to look into what this person is undergoing in his or her life, and how or what changes that person needs to bring to get to a better future. And when I read, I don't take any background from anybody. I just take a picture, I see the picture, I read the cards, I tell that person what I see in the cards, and once I'm done, I've told everything that I can see, is when I take questions. So I never judge the person on the other side. I would never even try to see whether there are people who doubt and they still want to do and figure out if it's true. And I have many converted like that.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people who didn't believe earlier, but then when they kind of saw that without asking them anything, I could tell them what is going on in their mind, what's going on in their life. Then they became, from non-believers, they converted into believers. But that's how I read. So for me, it's not about the money involved. It's not about asking them upfront what they need. It's about what cards tell me.
It's all about the cards. So you feel like people should not come with these questions, just and that's the thing with meditation, or even sometimes just quieting the mind and just sort of letting the messages come to you. Now, do you believe everybody is psychic? Do you believe this?
So everybody has this energy. Okay, whenever we are connected to the source, everybody, each of us is a part of the source, so we are connected with the source. But then there are new souls, there are old souls, there are souls who have been taken rebirths and rebirths. So depending upon what level of your soul growth or soul path you are at, your connection will be stronger or less stronger than other people. So that's why you'll see some people who are completely only into their day-to-day life, that they're not bothered about what is happening in soul world, or they will never even talk about souls.
Don't
These are
even,
new souls.
these are new
Yeah,
souls.
they've just started learning. And then there will be people who are psychics, there'll be people who are readers, there'll be people who are like gurus. So these are the higher level souls who are into their last few births, and they are going to connect with the source.
Wow. Like Satguru, we follow Satguru, and we feel like he's very, very a very heightened soul for sure. I'm pretty sure this is his last birth. Um, very important question, and I'm sure it's on everyone's mind. What's in store for us for the rest of 2020? I'm done with this year. Done. We still have few months remaining, so I know in
So
India,
2020.
it's hitting India, right? It's hitting India. It's, I think, at 2 million. I'm not sure. I don't even know the numbers anymore.
It is in a big way. I don't watch news. I don't follow any news. My thought is, if something is happening, it will happen.
Yeah.
My watching news will not make it better or worse.
Yeah.
So let's not just get the negativity. So I don't know the numbers, but yes, 2020 is a year of renewal. And this year is going to be very, very one of the most important years in renewing the whole world that it is doing. So nature is getting into balance. People are understanding that work and job and money is not everything. They're understanding that their soul connection. A lot of people have started meditating, which otherwise they would have never done, never have gotten time to do it. So this is a year of renewal. No matter outside how much of chaos we see, but inside it is actually renewing us. For the rest of the year, probably post September, things will settle down a little, though the precautions will be there for whole of rest of the year. I've done a COVID prediction, but that's in Hindi. I've done one
I
video.
saw it was in
But
Hindi, so I wasn't able to. My Hindi is so
yeah,
questionable. And
no, I understand. I'll make one in English, but for
yeah,
the rest
yeah,
of the year,
make it, and I'll put it in the description box for everybody to link it. To see it.
yeah, I will for sure. And for the rest of the year, looks like end of the year again is going to bring something big. So there is, by December there could be some big shifts, big changes happening, and
You see a second
some
wave?
power shifts is
You see
also
a second
happening.
wave, maybe, or another wave of the COVID, or you see?
Could be something different, could be something new, could be a war, could be, so
Oh
the
boy.
whole power dynamic of the countries of the world is going to completely change in next few months. So that's a big shift that is to 2020 is bringing in.
I mean, I feel it, and like you rightly said, people who are not meditating. I'm for one of the who actually started meditating. But having said that, in fact, I want to ask you. So, a lot of people who are watching, meditation is such a is as easy as it may sound. You're sitting, take a deep breath, and what is your advice for those who have monkey minds?
So for me, meditation is not really when you sit and deep breathe and focus on your breath. Meditation is something, whatever you're doing with your full mind, you're indulged into it. Whether it is cooking, whether it is painting, whether it is dancing, it could be anything. It's meditation because you're indulged in it. Your mind is not thinking. For people who have monkey minds or who are always thinking of something, a good way of meditating for them is basically use guided meditations or meditate with chanting. When you chant, you can't think. Or when you are listening to something, your mind will always come back to that. And that's a very good way to start.
So even a simple Om would be good.
Absolutely. Om is the most beautiful chanting anybody can do.
It
Or
is.
like a Gayatri mantra. It is amazing. It balances all your chakras.
I mean, I believe, especially in the US, everybody's living their life with their, just, you know, the chakras, the root chakra is the only one that's, like you said, everything's about money. And so everyone's so basic. And the only way you can rise up, and you know, a lot of people say, I have this problem and that problem. Believe it or not, it's all connected with your chakras, your heart. If you have blockages,
Absolutely.
you will start having all these problems. Mental health is a huge problem in the US. People who have money, people who have everything in life are not happy. Why? Because you're just not connected.
Absolutely.
You're not connected. So this year, I hope, you know, everybody, you know, takes this opportunity of slowing down. It's truly slowing down. We're not able to go out. We're not able to do stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's a great time to bond with your family. Cook food. Nobody cooks here. Stop that Burger King and McDonald's. I hope Trump is listening to. Apparently, he's all about fast food. But did you know this? I'm like, I didn't even know this till yesterday that Trump was, you know, he loves fast food. But yeah, so food and what you're eating. Are there any like pranic foods which are good to, like, do you suggest, like, is it true onions, garlic are not very good for energy? Is that really true, or you don't feel like that?
So I'm not really a big follower of believing in that this food is good and that food is not good. Organic definitely is bad. You eat green vegetables or fruits, they are definitely good, and cheese and everything definitely is not good. Processed food is not good. But with onion, garlic, and non-veg, a lot of people talk about non-veg also. With this, the thing is that these foods are basically a little difficult to digest.
Okay.
So because of their nature, they're very warm and they're difficult to digest. And when you're totally into meditation always, or most of the times you're going through that path of being a saint, that's when you'll probably give up these foods. And then you'll have to give up all the heavy foods as well. So if you've left non-veg, but you're eating like, you know, all those hefty meals, but they're vegetarian, it's equivalent.
Equivalent.
And yeah, I've made one video and I've spoken about it also, that is eating non-veg really a sin? Because so one thing which is kind of very important in that video is that when you eat heavy meal, it is difficult to digest, right? And you get gastric.
Right.
Now if you're meditating and you have gastric and the other people meditating with you, will not be a nice thing to do.
They're not going to be happy.
So
they're be like, what is going on, people?
Absolutely, you bet. That's why those food are not made a part of a diet where you are into meditations, into guidance, and into all of that.
Right. It's funny you said that. Even garlic, we always say garlic breath, and you're like, whoa, did you just have something? And it's funny, these foods, even your body emanates these smells, right?
Absolutely, they're very strong.
Coming to our sweet super, I love him, Sushant. Even though I never met him, I watched a few of his movies, didn't really pay attention to him, but boy oh boy has he, so to speak, taken over our lives. Okay, and in a good way, because he's bringing out so much, I want to say, scum of what has happened in what's happening also in the film industry, things I never knew about. So what are you seeing? You are an intuitive. You are I would even say you probably are able to tap into what's happening with him. Can you please enlighten us?
Sure. So, you know, the day this happened, the day he died and all of this happened, I just saw some of the pictures on the Facebook, and that's it. I never followed. I was not a fan. I never followed him or anything. But since that day, I had this thing to, you know, I don't know. I was just getting a push to make a video. I was just getting a push to take out cards. And I've been pushing it away that no, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But then I had to. So when I took out cards, the story that kind of, you know, came to my mind. And when I took out cards for me. I didn't take out cards for making a video. But then I saw a rebirth and I thought that it's going to be a good news to be shared with everybody. And then I made a video. So, and then I made another video because somebody in my video said that you already had the cards out. So why don't you take the cards out on the video? And that's when the second video where I connected with the soul came out. So thanks to that person, he actually abused me on the comments, but thank you
Thank you.
to him,
You're like
because
it hurt a
yeah.
little bit, but it pushed me in the right direction.
Absolutely. Sometimes people do that. So I think that the way this has happened, and all the truths are going to come out in a while, but he kind of somewhere sensed that, there is some danger to his life. But the way it has happened, it looks like it's not only the people that he felt that there is a danger from. And I kind of, over and over in the cards, I always saw that it's somebody who's very closely connected to him. And right now, how the whole thing is going on is mostly about who took out all his money, or who kind of played with his money. And that part is definitely there. That person really was a gold digger, and did do things with the money, but that's not really the person who killed him. And it is definitely a murder. And I spoke about having two people getting murdered there, and two bodies, and body swapping, or somebody actually changed the body, and all of that is actually coming out.
It's
It's
coming out.
already,
You're right. So,
yeah.
by the way, Pooja put out that video about 2 weeks or even 3 weeks ago about the second body.
Yeah.
It's coming out now. There are pictures, there's videos. So I'm going to link all her videos in the description box. So you can please go ahead and watch them. I mean, it's pretty mind blowing to say this. And also it's like an onion. That's every time you peel it, something's coming out. Something's coming out. So yeah, so you
Absolutely.
were talking about the body. So you saw that in your cards that there was another body, somebody else killed with him.
Yes. And somewhere when I took out cards for the first time, I didn't see a death card. And I had this intuition, or this hunch, that probably that time he was not dead. When he was declared dead, was not the time when he was dead.
When
I
did
still
you do
have
that
this
first
thing.
reading? When did you do that first reading when the death card didn't come?
That was, I think, 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks ago, like around 4 weeks ago. That was the first reading that I did.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And that was not with the soul. That was only, I took out the cards, and then the death card didn't come. And then in my last reading, that's when I saw the death card. And I have a very strong hunch that the body that was burnt and everything was done, somewhere this truth is also going to come out, because it doesn't look like it was him. And also a lot of it is going to come out now, with now already some people are talking about that, where are the pictures of the last rituals, why can't we see anything? And I kind of saw one picture somebody shared me, that some of his family friends had put that online, and that picture apparently it doesn't matches him. It doesn't. No. Because the beard is different, and there are so many
there's
things.
No
and then
in the nose as well.
Yes, there is no, and some people have commented that it's from his serial, one of his Hindi serials that maybe I don't think there's another one that he's worked upon.
Okay.
And where he died, so the picture is from there. And then one very important question that comes out is that if at all they saw his body, how couldn't they see the wounds? Like,
and there were so many wounds. There were so many wounds.
Yes.
He had a gash. Somebody had cut him here. His hands, his knuckles. He had a punched here. His hair.
Yes. Absolutely. And the day I did that reading of mine, I felt like a very sharp pain at night on my left shoulder. And that's when I kind of felt, and it's all before that whole gun theory and had come up. And I felt that something happened in his shoulder.
The pain. Right. So what happens?
Yes.
So what
the
happens
left
with
side.
A stun gun actually shoots a very high voltage. And that's why the left side. So his eye was open and it stays like that because the nerves are now damaged.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I felt. And I think 2 days after that, I read somewhere on the YouTube, somebody has put that there was a stun gun and he was paralyzed on the left side of his body. And that's what I could feel, that I felt something has happened on his left side of body. And now when everything is coming out, I think this truth of who was behind it will also come out. And one thing which is very important, why this didn't come out earlier, is that the soul had taken birth to actually expose a lot of people.
Okay.
And if you see, the whole Bollywood has been exposed. There's a lot of political things that are changing. The
Yes.
whole game is
Yes.
changing. Mafia is coming into picture.
Yes.
There's a lot of it that is
Yep.
changing, and that was the soul's purpose. So before the whole
Bring
truth
out the
comes out,
nexus. Mm-hmm.
yes, and this has to come out before the whole truth comes out.
You know, I never thought I would say this, but Amitabh Bachchan and these big actors, I'm actually heavily disappointed in them because
Absolutely.
except for Kangana Ranaut, nobody really,
Nobody is speaking.
nobody's
Nobody
saying
cares.
anything.
That could be because
Scared.
so yeah, because there are few things in my head, in my mind, but law and everything, there's not a lot that we can speak about. But yes, there are some connections which are making them, not stopping them from speaking up. So that's going to come out very, very soon.
Well, so
though it's a long fight.
it's a long fight, and so we all have to be patient. And I want to tell everybody,
Absolutely.
if you can pray for Sushant, pray for his even body, pray for, just picture him and pray, send white light. Like my show's name is Love and Light. You will not believe that prayer will do wonders. It helps him, it strengthens him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And
because
I somewhere have a very
go on, sorry, go on.
no, please say that. I'll say that later.
Until justice happens, just keep those prayers going.
Absolutely. And somewhere last few days I have this very strong feeling that somewhere he's getting towards peace, because with CBI coming and with the things coming up and everything, his soul is little getting towards that peace. And that's why a lot of people who were connected with him would not feel the same kind of connection with the soul. Now they will not feel that the soul is coming into their dreams and everything. It will become lesser. Yeah, because the soul is going towards that path that now it is like.
He's seeing it happening. He's now
Yes.
Would you say that Sushant was not even sure like a month ago that CBI would have even happened? Do you think that was happening, like the soul was feeling like that, and the CBI now kicking in was actually a surprise for him? Do you feel like that? Or you think he always knew he would get the CBI?
Yeah, his soul. So the souls, they know almost everything. They know the path. They know how they have to move it. They just can't get into the physical world and do it by themselves, and that's why they choose mediums to do it.
Yeah.
But yes, the knowledge is definitely with them. They always know, and probably yes, he knew that he'll be able to pull that, because that's the part of his soul purpose. So.
Oh, I mean, I'm so happy. We're so lucky to have, light workers like you. And it's not easy to speak out and do what you do. So I want to say thank you so much. Before I leave you, any tips on raising our vibrations?
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole world has come together. And I get a lot of requests from people asking different questions that make another video,
Yeah.
but I can't. Like, till I've just made like I think 3 or 4, and with the soul just 3. But I just can't. And I made one, and I was not allowed to post it. I couldn't post it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he wants to answer anything right now. He just wants the things to, happen and be revealed. And probably after a while, he would give me a push to do it, and I'll do it again.
Yep. I think what he's waiting for is maybe for Disha Salan's case to also get some justice, because she was definitely murdered.
She was
pushed off this building. So he wants to help her.
Absolutely. And he earlier also probably.
Yeah, it was an open and shut case for her, unfortunately.
Yes.
It was done.
And that was part of probably Sushant's journey. And I did take out cards for Disha, and that also, like the day I took out the cards, and I saw one of the cards where I asked whether she was raped before she died, and the card that I had is somebody who's nude and holding on to her clothes, and I said that on the video. And after I think 2 or 3 days, there was this statement that started coming that he didn't have clothes on her. She didn't have clothes on her about when the body went for postmortem.
Oh,
So it was with Disha's soul, and definitely it's not a suicide. It can't be
oh
a
my
suicide.
gosh. Oh my gosh. This is wow. So pray for Disha as well, everyone. Pray for her.
Absolutely. Rather pray for all three of them. There is another one
Oh
who's
yes,
died.
there's a
So
third one.
yeah,
Oh my God. Yes. All three have had tumultuous and really horrid deaths, so to speak.
absolutely, absolutely,
Unimaginable evil surrounding them, darkness, and we have to push aside that darkness. And the only way you can do
absolutely.
that is pray to the divine, pray to God that, that is the only way to. Same thing like Lord Ram and killing Ravan. That's what he came to do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good over evil, and we all are in this journey together. Thank you so much, Pooja. I would love to have another session with you. Remember, if you're going to India, you got to check out Dharamshala in Himachal. I mean, I am just fascinated by where she is. I'm very jealous. I'm sitting here in New Jersey, but I'm so jealous of Pooja because she is. So have you
Come
met
here.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama? Have you ever met him?
No, I didn't get a chance to meet him. It's usually he's not here. He's at times at Delhi, and there is a lot of process that you have to follow to
Meet
get to
him.
meet him. So I never got a chance to meet
Oh,
him. Not
wow.
yet.
And have you ever been to any of the monasteries or gone to just sort of see the
Oh
Buddhists?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
the energy must be amazing there.
yes. Many times
It's
it is
beautiful.
beautiful.
Do they have
It
tigers or
is
something? I saw a video about
undoubtedly.
tigers.
No,
No, that's something else.
no, no,
Okay,
no. They
I'm
don't.
mixing things up. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Pooja. Remember, um, every show is all about just making your life a little bit better. And if you do want to reach out to Pooja, I am going to link her information. She's very happy to, she's an intuitive counselor, so she will be able to guide you in certain aspects of your life. Like she said, it's all what comes to her. It's not like what you have questions, but whatever comes to her. So definitely hit her up if her life story resonates with you. Pooja, thank you so much. And
Thank you so
and I
much.
say, can't wait to talk to you again.
It,
And as Sushant's story gets more and more comes to light, do check out her videos so that you are really up to date, because you will be with her videos. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jeffrey. Thank you. It
Take
was
care.
amazing talking to
Bye.
you. Thank you.